So, at the preschool, we have a 4-year-old boy, and he has tantrums a lot, really bad, not really age appropriate. It's more of what you'd see in the Terrible 2 stage, maybe 3's the latest, but he's 4, almost 5, so it's a little different with the age that he is. And so when he's upset, we have to get noise canceling headphones for the other kids, because it upsets them, and we have a lot of kids that are on IEPs, and so it's really hard for them to comprehend. They can't. It's hard for they're sensitive to it. It's hard for them to listen to him screaming and crying, and so we have the headphones for the other kids while he continues his tantrum. So what he'll do is he'll throw himself on the ground. I'm so scared when I'm around him. He's gonna do it and bust his head open because he'll throw himself back, and I always catch him. And then he'll hit his head on the floor if you continue to try to talk to him and help him out. And so you just don't talk to him. You just kind of ignore him, basically, because you don't want him to hurt himself even more. And you do ignore him until a certain point. If he's going to be hurting another kid or if he's going to hurt himself, you have to step in and take care of that. And if that happens, we usually leave the room that we're in, and he'll go and be in a dark, quiet place. And it's kind of weird. The teacher and him will go sit in a dark room alone, quiet, except just screaming, until he's calmed down enough to talk to you and have a conversation, explaining why he's upset or anything like that. Sometimes that doesn't even work. Sometimes you just have to hold him and rock him and just wait. And these outbursts, they last a really long time, 30 minutes to 2 hours. I say 2 hours because that's when Dad picked him up, so I don't. And it only ended then because Dad picked him up, So on the website, I was looking at tantrum, sorry. And 3 interventions that I kind of looked into, because this is what we kind of do with him, because he's also on an IEP. And so, the IEP states that this is what we're supposed to do. So we kind of ignore the tantrums, which is number 1, and then have an individual workspace for him, which isn't in the IEP, but it helps him, and so we try to do that. And then the 3rd one, which I liked, is to teach relaxation techniques so that he'll learn how to be able to handle being upset. And I think these are the best for him because he throws tantrums due to getting whatever he wants at home. And that's, parents have said that's what happens. And you can see that in his younger brother and sister, that it's the same thing. They're just smaller, and so it's more age appropriate with a 2-year-old and a little almost 1-year-old. You can pick up a 10-pound kid, but when he gets to being 4, it's really hard to pick up that kid and keep him held down. This kid's pretty tough. He's pretty strong. He's not a big kid, but he's made of bricks. He's just solid. And so you can't really pick him up, and it's hard. It's a whole person job. And then, I think, ignoring a child can be really hard, but sometimes it's kind of what's best for them. You kind of need to give them space to work it out, and it helps him. I know it helps him. Helps him calm down most of the time, but it takes the half hour to, 2 hours before he calms down, and but that's maybe longer than that. The second way is to have his own workspace, which I think this sounds really doable. I like it. He kind of can have his own little space when he needs to calm down. We do have a place called Safe Space. You go when you're upset. We'll put him in there sometimes. But it's not really quite, because it's still in the classroom, and so taking him out really is the best thing for him sometimes. And I think it's really doable until they're on the playground and he doesn't get his way, or he's sitting on the carpet for circle time and somebody says something he doesn't like, or they're doing free play and he sees it the way he wants and someone else is playing with it, and then he'll throw a tantrum. So I think it would work. It just also displays issues for him. So I don't know if that would be an if-ish one. And then the last technique is to try the relaxing techniques. And you kind of need to do this while he's really chilled out. He's calm. You probably need to be alone. Make sure he wasn't riled up, because once he gets in the classroom, he'll get all riled up, won't listen, nothing. It all goes through his head. And he has the inability to listen. So first thing in the morning, you could try it with him, is asking him to show the teacher what it looks like when he's really, really mad. He'll do his thing, and then you can explain what he can do when he's really mad. Maybe count to 10. You can try that. You can walk away. Let's go have a break. Let's go sit in safe space. Let's go get a drink of water. Little things like that could help him out. And I think the steps from the book that would be included in this is step 3, which says model appropriate behavior. And as you get more into the chapter, it kind of explains that you show children what the expectation is, and you can model it out for them. Like the third technique I said, show them how to do what you're asking. He's not going to know what to do if you just say, well, count to 10 when you get mad. You have to explain, model out, act like you're mad. Okay, now when we get mad, we're going to count to 10. And then do it with him. 1. And make sure he's doing it with you. 2, and keep going, And then step 7 says that you help the child build new techniques, and I think that's really critical, because it took 4 years to create these bad habits that he uses, and so it's going to take 4 more to make the good habits. So you're going to need to be patient, and little by little, you can do to help this child is going to have to be what helps him out, just little by little. Not a big jump. Wait. So, that also leads me to one other thing. When he starts doing these habits, he starts listening, he starts calming his body down more, he doesn't throw himself on the floor, he can do these relaxing techniques, get a drink, stepping away, etc., etc. Go to safe space, I think that the teacher would need to reward him, saying, "Oh, look at you! You did really good. Thanks for not throwing yourself on the floor." Not in a demeaning way, though, like I just said it, but good job counting. Good job going to safe space. Good job going to get a drink of water. That's what we need. Thank you for coming and talking to me. Little things like that. Just a little thank you. Maybe he gets a sticker. Stickers aren't that expensive. They would get expensive if you gave him a lot throughout the day, but whatever works for him. Maybe you get him, and they have these upstairs. We would go get them from upstairs, but little poppets. Those help kids to relax, and so maybe that's what you go and get him. And you just keep it in the classroom, and if he's upset, he can take it, and that's what he can do. Make sure that you give him lots of praise, which is step if I can find it, I think step 9. Yep, step 9, which says to give him praise and encouragement. I mean, like I said, even just a little simple thank you, thank you for doing your job. And then as the last step, step 10, it says to make sure parents, teachers, and staff are all on the same page that you are, so they know how to handle the tantrums in your classroom and how to handle the disruptions and what to do with the other kids, what to do with him. Oh, he did good. Make sure that you give him a reward, etc. All of that stuff. And so that it truly can help him out and make a difference for him in his life. Thank you.